Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be solving the expression 200 squared minus 199 squared. And to solve this, I'm actually going to be using three different methods. So make sure to stick out for all three of them to find out which method is the easiest for you. So for method 1, what I'm first going to do is rewrite 200 squared as 199 plus 1 squared. So now I get 199 plus 1 squared minus 199 squared. And from here, I can use an algebraic property that states that if I have something in the form a plus b squared, this is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So 199 plus 1 squared, I'm going to write as 199 squared plus 2 times 199 times 1 plus 1 squared. And at the end, I have minus 199 squared. And now this is equal to, you can cancel these two out, 2 times 199 times 1 plus 1 squared. And 2 times 199 times 1 is the same thing as 2 times 199, and 1 squared is the same thing as 1. So I have 2 times 199, and this is going to equal 398, and I have this plus 1, which is equal to 399. So my answer is 399, and that was method 1. Now for method 2, I have 200 squared minus 199 squared. And now I'm going to rewrite 199 as 200 minus 1 squared. So now I get 200 squared minus 200 minus 1 squared. And a minus b squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So 200 minus 1 squared is going to equal 2 times 200 times 1 plus 1 squared. And this is equal to 200 squared minus 400 plus 1 and this is equal to 200 squared minus 399. And remember, we have 200 squared minus all of this, so I get 200 squared minus 200 squared minus 399, which is equal to 200 squared minus 200 squared plus 399 because we distribute the negative. And these two cancel out, so all I'm left with is 399. Now, finally, for my third and final method, I have 200 squared minus 199 squared. And this time, I'm not going to change these two. I'm just going to directly use the algebraic property that states that a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So this turns into 200 plus 199 times 200 minus 199. Now 200 plus 199 is equal to 399, and 200 minus 199 is simply just equal to 1. So I get 399 times 1, and obviously anything times 1 is itself, so this results in 399. And this method was probably the easiest one, just because it took the least amount of time and the least amount of steps. But thank you for watching, and please make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be solving the equation x to the power of x to the power of 3 is equal to 729. So, to solve this, what I'm first going to do is take the power of 3 on both sides. So I get x to the power of x to the power of 3 to the power of 3 is equal to 729 to the power of 3. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is the same thing as a to the power of m times n. Now, m times n, I can also rewrite as n times m. And if something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m times n, then a to the power of n times m should also equal to a to the power of n to the power of m. So in simpler terms, a to the power of m to the power of n is equal to a to the power of n to the power of m. So now from here, I have x to the power of x to the power of 3 to the power of 3, and I can think of x to the power of 3 as m and 3 as n. So if I switch the places of these two, I get x to the power of 3 to the power of x to the power of 3. And remember, this is equal to 729 to the power of 3. Now, from here, I'm going to let x to the power of 3 equal to the variable y. So I get y to the power of y is equal to 729 to the power of 3. Now, I can simplify 729 to the power of 3. So 729 is the same thing as, 729, let's find some factors of this. So a factor of 729, let's try to divide this by 3. 729 divided by 3, we have 2 over here, so we get 6. We subtract 7 with 6, we get 1. We bring that to 2. 3 times 4 is 12. And now we bring that to 9. 3 times 3 is 9. So I get 729 is equal to 243 times 3. Now, 243, if I divide this by 3, I get 81. So I have this times 3 times 81, I have 3 times 3 times 81, and 81 is the same thing as 3 to the power of 4. So I have 3 times 3 times 3 to the power of 4, which is equal to 3 to the power of 6, meaning 729 is the same thing as 3 to the power of 6. And 3 to the power of 6, I can break that down into 3 squared times 3 squared times 3 squared, which is equal to 9 to the power of 3. So I'm going to replace 9 to the power of 3 with 729. So I get y to the power of y is equal to 9 to the power of 3 to the power of 3. And the reason I did this is because 9 to the power of 3 to the power of 3 is the same thing as 9 to the power of 3 times 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. So I get y to the power of y is equal to 9 to the power of 9. And now I can use the property a to the power of a is equal to, if a to the power of a is equal to b to the power of b, this means that a equals b. So in this case, y is equal to 9. Now, recall how I let x to the power of 3 equal to y. Meaning, I get x to the power of 3 is equal to 9. So now to solve this, I'm going to take the cube root on both sides. So I get the cube root of x to the power of 3 is equal to the cube root of 9. Now the cube root of x to the power of 3 is simply just x. So I get x is equal to the cube root of 9. And this is the same thing as 9 to the power of 1/3.